Welcome to Cisco Lean Greenbelt. This section is focused on using lean concepts to develop better flow in and through your business processes. This presentation is from the Cisco Continuous Improvement Center of Excellence. My name is Kay Woodard. I will be your host, and my purpose is to show you how continuous improvement tools can be used to identify, understand, and solve your business problems. This is section 3 of the Greenbelt program. We will continue into the DMAIC step of define by sharing with you some tools to help you with your project stakeholders. Stakeholder analysis should be conducted during the define phase. However, stakeholder management happens throughout the 5 DMAIC phases. We will always start an improvement project with a team charter and use it as a record of information as it is discovered. The team charter is a critical team steering tool as it acts as the foundation for all team activities. The team charter includes information on the team's mission, deliverables, objectives, and strategic links. The team charter also lists the team members and their roles, states the team's purpose, resources available, range and boundaries of the project, and review mechanisms. This is also where you start to identify and plan your communication with your stakeholders. The team charter is a living document and should be updated to reflect changes as they occur. Here's a sample team charter. The team's mission is at the top. Use brainstorming, collaboration, and consensus techniques to develop your team's mission statement. Other sections of the team charter: deliverables the team is chartered to accomplish, strategic alignment factors for the project back to organizational strategy and team goals, the expected scope, the plan for approach and activities to be undertaken, the time frame for the project, team resources, who's on the team and their role within the team processes for communication and information sharing, expected results, including the benefits that are expected to be gained and measurements of the results, key customers and suppliers, including the level of their relationships and who will review the team's results from the customer's perspective. These are some of your very important stakeholders, your customers and suppliers. Take time here to consider how they fit in and will be affected by any changes that your project could make for them. Then we finish up with assumptions, internal issues, risks, and external issues. Since we, people, are in the business of servicing our customers, who are people, through the efforts of our workforce, again, people, we have to be aware that some of these people have the power to affect our project and its successful outcome. Any of these people could be strong supporters or strong blockers. Stakeholder management is the process by which we identify key stakeholders and win their support. Stakeholder analysis is the first step, where we identify and try to understand our most important stakeholders. The first stakeholder analysis step is identifying potential stakeholders. The second step is understanding their power, influence, and interest in our project. This helps us to understand who to focus on. The final step is determining how we can win their support. Start to identify project stakeholders by brainstorming with the team who your stakeholders are. Think about all the people who are affected by the project, who have power or influence over the project, and people who have an interest in the project's success or failure. Stakeholders can be individuals or organizations, so be sure to identify a human within a stakeholder organization. For the stakeholder analysis, we'll use a power and interest grid. This is a visual tool that allows you to categorize your stakeholders so you gain the most support through the least amount of effort. Now that you have a list of potential stakeholders, you need to categorize them by their power and interest. Some stakeholders have the power to block your project or advance it. On the other hand, some stakeholders may be very concerned about what you're doing, while others may not care. Using a power and interest grid, you can classify them by their power to affect your work and by their interest in your work. Someone's position on the grid shows you the actions you have to take with them. For people in the high power, highly interested quadrant, these are the people you must fully engage and make the greatest efforts to satisfy. High power, less interested people, put enough work in with these people to keep them satisfied, but not so much that they become bored with your message. Low power, interested people. Keep these people adequately informed and talk to them to ensure that no major issues are arising. These people can often be very helpful with the detail of your project. And finally, for the low power, less interested people, again, monitor these people, but do not bore them with excessive communication. Now that you know who your stakeholders are, you need to know more about them so you can engage and communicate better with them. A good way to do this is to talk to them and ask questions that help you understand their needs and expectations. Ask questions along these lines. What interests do you have in this project? What information do you need to receive and how do you want to receive it? Then ask yourself, are we communicating effectively with our stakeholders? What can we do to get more from our supporters or win over our critics? Once you have identified your stakeholders and know which category they fit, develop a communication plan that meets their needs. You'll want to start with the high power, high interest group and invite their full participation and support. You want to collaborate closely with them, so make them team members if possible and include them in your decision making wherever plausible. Make your communication plan flexible and review it periodically for stakeholder changes. As you move through the project, different stakeholders will be affected in different ways. So develop a communication plan that makes changes possible. Continue to use your team charter throughout your project and continue to review and adjust it based on risks and opportunities that occur or that your stakeholders advised you of. Continue to manage your stakeholders throughout the project as well and revisit those stakeholder interviews to make sure you are doing the best job of gaining their buy-in with the least amount of effort. Thanks for watching.